This meeting is being recorded.
All right, First Flip family, we are live again. Welcome back to another week of the Motivated Seller Call Breakdown, where I go over a motivated seller call lead and I'll just show you how these calls work in real time, how to have these conversations, and how to have success finding your first or your next deal, right? So, we don't got too much time, so let me get right into it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. All right, boom, let's go. So yes, I just had another great call the other day. Older gentleman. Here we go. He's going through a situation. This was yesterday. This was a nice lead that we got just yesterday, okay? I'm still in real time. I'm still in the trenches and I'm still getting after it. So take a listen to how this call went. All right. And I'm gonna just stop in between to just highlight some good things or some things I might have missed, okay?
Well, anything good? Hello? Oh, I'm going to say this is Jerry with CCPS. And I'm actually holding a copy of your property tax records here on 63rd Street home in Wholesale. And I was just wondering if you could possibly help me out for a moment. What do you mean his tax records? What are you talking about?
So yeah, right now I'm actually using a brand new script. I tell people I'm holding their property tax records. So at first he answered, he was kind of taken back, like, who's this? Trying to come at me crazy. But when I went through the script, I told him I was holding his tax records, then he immediately is paying attention now.
Well, yeah, I'm not even sure if it makes sense for us to talk, but I actually represent a group of buyers. So I purchased like 5 or 6 different properties in that block area, 53rd Street home is in. And after looking at their property, I actually call you to see if you opposed to having a brief conversation about the 53rd Street home. Would you be opposed to that? Well, the process of getting the tax situation straightened out so I can sell the house.
Whoa, okay. So I said, would you be opposed to having a conversation about it? He didn't say yes or no. He said, I'm in the process of getting the tax situation straightened with the house. So he just goes straight into motivation mode. He's scrambling. He's just telling me, like, look, I'm going through some things. So this is what I'm going through. So of course I try to dive deeper.
Uh, I'm heading into Baltimore County now, and about an hour to take care of all the crap that was left impotent from my mom died. Oh.
Yeah, so immediately he tells me his motivation. He's headed into Baltimore County now, dealing with some tax issues after his mom died. So he literally inherited the property. It sounds like he got some tax issues. So ding, ding, ding. Immediately, I'm thinking, oh man, I got something here. So obviously, I just let him know my condolences and try to dive deeper into it.
Oh wow. Your mom died? Sorry to hear my mom died. Now I'm doing just and I'm trying to get all the assets together so I can just throw everything and get it, just get out from under it right now. Right. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, well, I guess, I'm definitely interested. Hopefully I can help you get out from under it. Um, just as far as the, the house, like, did you go up in this house or? No.
So yeah, he literally tells me he's trying to get out from under it. To be honest with you, I was so shocked and taken aback. Um, I didn't even know which way to go. Like, should I talk about the property? Should I talk about why he's trying to get out from under it? So I just try to ask him about the property. Maybe I should have just dove deeper into his motivation. Like, it could have been like, oh, get out of it. Like, why don't you keep it? Type of thing. But I just try to pivot to the condition.
I know my mom's only been living there about, I want to say 20, close to 30 years, but my dad passed away 20 years ago, but my mom had it. Kind of went down to twos. My nephews and my brothers lived with her for a long time, and they take care there or nothing, and so I'm not. They put the house in a kind of not in a hole. If I sell it, I'll make a few dollars off of it and give it to my other brothers. But I'm just gonna sell everything, and split that estate between my other four brothers. And, I'm not. I'm just gonna get my tax money back after I pay all the bills, and I haven't heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he just said he just wants to sell it, get a few dollars, and give it to split the money with his brother. So it sounds like he's not expecting to get much from it already. Maybe I could have dove deeper into price, like a few dollars. What do you mean by a few dollars? To try to pin him down on price, but let's see where I take it.
I tell you. So yeah, that was gonna be my question. I'm sorry, go ahead. It should be all straightened out. I'm hoping by the beginning of next week with all the, I didn't know, the state wouldn't tell me they had, somebody put a lien against it, but it's the state for the taxes on it. But like I said, that's being taken care of today. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you're on top of it, man. That's good. Because most people, they kind of just, they kind of just not open the mail and they just don't even want to deal with it. And that's how they end up losing it. But it's good that you're on top of things. That's awesome. But and then you said the nephew and the brother were staying there. And have you talked to them maybe about keeping it still in the family? Maybe.
So yeah, I'm trying to pivot. He's talking about the tax issue. I could have dove deeper in the tax issue. Like, how did that happen? Um, but I took it a different route. I talked about the nephews. Try to pull away, try to say, hey, maybe you could keep it in the family with the nephews. That's, I feel like you never could go wrong with that tactic. And also, it's killing the objection before it even happens. Because I don't know how old this guy is. And I've had cases where an older adult wants to sell the property, but some young person in the family steps in and says, no, we're not selling it. This guy's losing it. He's out of his mind. So yeah, I always try to include the family aspect of it to see where everybody's head is at. So
No, they can't afford it. They're gonna have to figure out how to go live on their own now. I can't help it, but they're all in their late 30s, early 40s, and you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to keep putting bills every month and trying to keep them straight because they're too stupid to keep themselves straight. Right. I hate doing his family, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta draw a line and make them, I don't know, people call it tough love. I just call it being, you need to grow up in this world and do what's best for yourself. Yeah, for sure. I believe it.
so yeah, it sounds like that's not an option at all. It sounds like he's tired of his nephews and his family. They sound like grown adults just trying to leech off of him. He wants to get them out of there. But I think that might be the issue with the nephews. It sounds like they're taking over that house, but I'm gonna let you play it and let you be the judge of it.
Absolutely. So do they still living there right now, or is it vacant? I think the nephew is. I'm getting ready to have if he don't want to go his way, he's going to go my way. He's going to get evicted. Oh, okay. Matter if I sell the house, I've had a couple of investors that said that they buy the house the way it is, with people in it, and they would take care of it that way. Then, like they said, when Richard Jack the rent is $2,000 a month, he ain't going to be able to do it. So he's better, like I said, I'll give him some money after sell the house and he can get on his own or he can lose it all. Right. Okay. All right. So it sounds like you pretty much just want to get everything done, make sure maybe give them a little bit of money once the house is sold and just be done with it.
So again, I'm using a new script, and part of the new script is really for me try to summarize everything what he's saying. So I'm trying to summarize what he's saying, but I'm also reading the new script at the same time. And yeah, I'm all over the place in this conversation because yeah, I don't really know the order of where I'm supposed to ask questions and things like that. So it's still fresh for me. Even still, this is like my fourth or fifth day using it. So it's kind of rough for me to like summarize and read the script, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, I think this nephew might be a problem. Might have to do cash for keys. We'll see.
I think he putting it up there in the house like last year, what, 23. I think he had to take it by the 23 assessment on it was, I don't know, I think it was like 155 or something, but like I said, the house needs work. I don't know. People say that you can still get it because of the neighborhood. I don't know. It seems like a decent neighborhood, but it's right on the city line. County city line. I guess if you bought some houses down there, you know. I think half that development, a couple of them are in the city, and some of them are in the county. Yeah, it's weird on each of the line, though, for sure. So, yeah, but no, I've been keeping everybody's phone number that called me about this, and I figured once I got it straight, I'd just throw out a bunch of numbers, call them up, and say, figure out what you want to do, take a look at it, and have at it. So, I might take number down too, put you in the list. Yeah, I appreciate that, definitely.
So yeah, he said he's got a bunch of investors calling him interested. He's writing everybody down and wants to call him back once he's ready. Now, in my head, I got to figure out how to differentiate myself from the competitors, right? You got to provide what's called a unique value proposition, meaning like what makes you different than any other investor. And I'm still trying to craft that in my head, and or better yet, just how to convey that. I think one way to let them know, like, look, I could buy it completely as is, with your nephew in there, and I don't even got to see it. Or maybe we could provide his nephew a place to stay, give him first month's rent, security deposit. I don't know, something that's unique that's gonna make me stand out. Um, so I think that's just something to consider just moving forward. Or if you got your own business, you got to craft what makes you unique because investors come a dime a dozen and there's always going to be competition. But what the best way to separate yourself is really with authenticity and just do what you say you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, most investors, they don't. You tell them you're going to call them back, they don't. They forget. It's a lot going on. So it's just all about sticking to your word and being authentic. If you don't got anything, that's what you can do. So that's something to keep in mind.
I know you said you're getting around the whole tax thing beginning of this week. Uh, in a perfect world, let's just say we agree on a price. Do you have a timeline you would like to sell it by, or? As soon as possible.
He said as soon as possible, right? I feel like I get that a lot with these motivated sellers. I either get, oh, I would have sold it yesterday. I feel like the last week we had Cynthia. She said I would have sold it yesterday. And this guy's like ASAP. So you can tell off the bat, these people are motivated, they're ready to go. And that's music to my ears, right? So I'm so giddy, I don't even know what to say. Let me see how do I respond to this?
As soon as possible? Yeah, I got to figure out what's the course. Like I said, my nephew might give me a hard time getting out of here, but like I said, a couple investors said there's no problem. They can buy it as long as I'm legal guy to sign everything over, then they'll take over from there. Like I said, it's a nice two-story house on not an acre lot, maybe an acre lot, but it's it's not a bad house. With my dad being gone 20 years, like I said, I try to help my mom keep it up, but right. I get bounced all over the world doing my job, so I can't be home all the time. Oh, what do you do?
So yeah, he told me he really didn't tell me anything about this house, to be honest with you. This is a 25-minute conversation. The most he said, looking at my notes here, is that it's a two-story house. That's all I know. So he talked about his job. I think he was like a traveling like a HVAC guy. So he was traveling all overseas. He's working for the government. Then I kind of built rapport. I told him my cousin also does the same exact thing. I actually just met with him a few days ago down in DC. So I built rapport with him there. I'm probably gonna fast forward this part.
I'm a HVAC specialist.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go out of country.
Yep,
I
out of the
house
country.
I have in the woods.
He just bought a house in the woods.
And he's gonna be like traveling like 6 months a year at a time, like going to like that.
This is where I tell him about my cousin and his experience. He's gonna be traveling across the country just like him.
Be good. So it's like I said, told my brothers and them always. I try to help them, but this going down what they're doing right now is a little stupid. Maybe they'll learn it. When you reality hits them in the face, they start standing up for themselves. Then I told them I'd have their backs if they need a problem. But right now, somebody's got to put a boot in their butt and get going. Nobody don't got a trade. What, sir? And none of them went to go get the trades like you. They didn't get a trade like electrician or HVAC or plumbing or nothing.
So yeah, I try to like dive deeper into, it sounds like he's dissatisfied with his brothers and their sons, and they sound like they so unmotivated, and he's upset. He's like, hell, y'all need to do something, man. Y'all need to figure it out because I figured it out. So I dive deeper into that, like asking him, like, hey, what's going on? Why didn't you get a trade just like you, man?
Nobody was. No, oh my gosh. I was the only one in my family.
Yeah, so he talks about it's the only one in his family that did it.
Get apart, then put it back together.
Yep, yep, yep.
It's just I want to do in my life. And this house is probably the last thing on the mind. Excuse me? No, I'm trying to say like this house is probably the last thing that she just want to worry about. Yeah, because I just sold 2 other houses in Maryland, and this is the last one. It's like it's like an anchor holding me down, and it's like just want to let it go. And like I said, it wasn't my own.
Whoa, you said something so powerful. I don't even think I caught it in the first call. You said this, I sold 2 houses in Maryland, and this is like an anchor holding me down. Let that sink in for a minute. That's pretty heavy. Think about that for a second. You got a house you inherited, and you're looking at it like an anchor that's just weighing you down. So he wants to let it go. He wants to let it go so bad. You just got to get the right person to get the job done. And this is my job, man. Hopefully I can help him let it go. Let it go right to me.
I've been married for almost 50 years. So
I should have followed up with that. I don't think I even followed up with that anchor comment. That's one mistake I could have did better.
whole city's just got a bunch of morons living there that need to be like, I don't know, shot out of space or something. But, and
Yeah, then he talks about his childhood growing up in Baltimore, stuff like that. Still just building rapport. We didn't talk nothing about this house.
which was a pain in my butt. Oh, my mom got a lot of stuff. Yeah, my mom died without a will and left a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's tough, especially if they own a lot of stuff too. I mean, a nice car like that and then a house. Yeah, that's the line. You got your own situation. You got, your own house.
Yeah, he's talking about he had a bunch of stuff to sell for his mom, a car, a house, and she didn't have a will, so it was all left to him to figure it out while he got his own life.
I just let people, if it's real important, well, this one anyway, this one, but the other one I have to, but this one, I'll get back to them if they leave a message. If they don't, it is what it is.
Yep, and he said normally he doesn't pick up the phone, so it's kind of like fate that he picked up.
So I give myself till Monday to get stuff straight, but just right now, number and I'm hoping all this crap's going to be straightened out by the beginning of the week, and that's the only thing holding me back, other than putting it up for sale, my way. If this don't work, like I said, if investors wanted, a couple of them I talked to different companies said they'll buy it and take care of it all together, just buy it outright. I don't know how that works with the system because don't really care, but. I can do that and call you back after like maybe Tuesday. I give myself till Monday to get stuff straight, but right now I'm out on the fishing here fishing, so
Wow, I called him while he was fishing. Think about that. He took time out of his lovely fishing pier day to vent to me about his problems. So that's how you know it's all about providing solutions and just being accessible, right? And just taking time for people because I'm sure he doesn't really talk to anybody about this. Maybe his wife, I don't know, but it sounds like he's dealing with this on his own and he's figuring it out. Um, yeah, man, that's what it's all about. Just the more calls you make, eventually you're gonna come across motivated people. It seems like I find one every week. So hey, you just gotta continually take action.
Okay. I got that. I seen that. That commercial that's on.
So yeah, I tell him about my company. He says he might have seen the commercial on it. You know,
I'm in the woods, up in the mountains cutting down.
he's talking about he's in the mountains.
That place is still home to me, other than all the other junk I got. But that place is more home to me than anything. So, and I knew a lot of people that got that stuff happen, and you know,
And then he was talking about North Carolina, how there was flooding. That's where he grew up on his dad's farm. He went down there to volunteer. So he was really talking like for just a bunch of different stuff, not even about the house, just his
where
life.
to go top of the mountain, other than down the side of it.
Yep, he's talking about North Carolina getting flooded.
You come from the
Then
bottom and
fast
watch them
forward.
up the hill. Right, and that's what they were all thinking, but
Yep, just North Carolina stuff.
it's 7 years in the woods, and the house is buried in the back. And it takes you got to drive up gravel road for a mile before you even get to my driveway.
Now he's bragging about his new house, bunch of acres.
So I'm buried in the woods, and I love it. Yeah, you tucked away, man, in the wilderness. That's good. We got money. I got all my neighbors that I can't. You gotta like they're way far away. I don't know.
Yeah, his house is so big, he got land, he can't even see his neighbors, man. He's living a life, and I'm just letting him talk.
Uh, I could get that off the tax thing paid off today and go from there. All right, well, hey, brother, I appreciate it. Best of luck, and we'll talk next week. All right, thanks, Dave. All right, thank you.
So yeah, guys, there you have it, man. All it takes is one call, and it could really change your life forever. But few things to point out. I just thought about it, right? So when I speak to him, he talks about immediately that there's a tax issue that he needs to resolve. It sounds kind of urgent, but then at the same time, he's literally at the fishing pier chilling. So it's like, okay, if it's that urgent, um, it sounds like you're really just chilling. Maybe it's a situation where it's back taxes and somebody may have bought it out the tax lien. Not sure. I really got to have a second conversation. I'm gonna call him next week to really get to the thick of it. But some things I could have did better was really talk about when he when he had those comments about how it's a anchor and weight holding him back. He just want to let it go. Really deep dive into that more. I could have did a better job with that. But I felt like I had a free flowing conversation. Again, I'm using a new script, so it's all about just learning how to systematize and just take the conversations where I needed to go. But I really got all the questions answered as far as timeline. He said ASAP. Price, he wasn't so keen on the price. He just said it was assessed at 155. I don't know if y'all caught that. I might have fast forward past that. Um, but obviously he inherited it. He wants to get rid of it and kick out his nephews as far as motivation. Condition, that's the only thing I really didn't get. So next week, I really want to, when I follow up with him on Monday, I'm just going to provide a value proposition about buying it completely as is with his nephew still in there. Probably give his nephew cash for keys. I don't care if he's in there or not. We can close on it regardless before the year is over. So that way he don't got to carry this weight into the new year. So it's the fourth quarter, y'all. I'm playing to win, and I'm not letting no prospect tell me to wait until next year. We're not doing that. Like, I feel like as a salesperson, as a real estate investor, if you allow a prospect to tell you, oh, yeah, let's wait till the new year, feel like you're doing them a disservice because at the end of the day, your job is to push them, to motivate them to make a decision. So you got to ask the right questions and you got to dive deep into the pain so that way they can be forced to make a decision. Um, so again, that's something I could have did better. But for the most part, I feel like I don't normally rate calls, but I would give that like a 7 out of 10. Um, there's some things I could have touched up on, but I did address a lot of things. We talked a lot. We just built rapport, really. Um, but overall, it was a great conversation. Another great lead. Hopefully, it'll be another five-figure deal. I'll keep y'all posted on the results. But yeah, it's another deal, another potential deal. Let me not speak too soon because this is real estate and anything can happen. Just a quick update. Last week, Cynthia's deal, we just assigned that yesterday. We got a buyer for 35K. God willing, that should close in 3 weeks. So yeah, man, we just out here like really closing deals in real time. So that pretty much wraps up another week of me giving y'all a deep breakdown on a motivated sales call. And that's what it should sound like, right? This is what motivation sounds like. If y'all never heard of it, here it is, okay? Just come back and click on this video and you'll hear what it sounds like. If y'all got any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Post it in the community, First Flip Family, here in school. I'm here to see y'all succeed, all right? But again, hopefully I hope y'all found value in this video and I'll see y'all next week. All right. Peace.